Hey guys, what is going on? It's Nathan here, and today we're going to be reviewing my custom Lego train mock, and this was built with 2 of the Lego sets. You can see there's a lot of remaining parts, but I think it's pronounced the Tirton's Lego Railway YouTuber. He's really cool. He inspired me to build this. It's basically the same train is his, but I put my own little design on it. The engine, I put my own little flair on it, and I used his caboose design. It was a really fantastic video. I really recommend you go check it out. But I made the tender, and I'm breathing in a lot. I believe it's like 1 in the morning. I don't know. I get too carried away with these things sometimes, but I really did not like the train itself, how it used to be. It used to look like that, and there it is now. Of course, I'm gonna figure out a better piston design, but for now, that's okay. I also modified the station. What I did was I used a technique called mirror building. It is really useful, and I'm planning on doing that for the assembly square. It's basically building it but just backwards, but I connected the 2 stations, so now I have a bigger station. But you guys have been wanting to see the engine. As you can see, it looks really funky. I know it sounded like I was about to say something else, but it kind of has the real thing of real steam engine. It just doesn't have an X rod going out to the piston, and of course the other rod which connects to the pistons. I know it sounds like I'm being really stupid right now, and it sounds like I'm trying to talk like a caveman, but other than that, I know a lot about steam trains. It's just I don't have it on my mind right now since it's like 1 in the morning, and I'm sorry about that. But other than that, let's check out the engine. The engine was kind of complicated. This whole setup was kind of complicated because I didn't know where to start. So I built the second set. I had one in box, but I already had the first one built. I built the second one, and I didn't know where to start. I was dead in terms of like not knowing where to start. So I decided I would start with the caboose, because that seemed the easiest. So I grabbed one of my old train cars, which was the Lego Blue Cargo Train. I grabbed the flatbed with the wires on it, took them off. There's some extra pieces over here, just right there. I took them off and I started building the caboose. I saw how we built it. The roof doesn't come off as easy because he used some extra pieces, so it would make it easy to take it off, but it's actually using a red base plate, so it's not the easiest thing to take it off, but I had to do what I had to do to make it look. It looks basically exactly like his, which I really liked his design. Moving on to the next segment, which would be the moving Christmas tree. It's basically the same thing. Just took off this. I was kind of winging it for some of the designs. I made a little small tiny train car. I know it looks kind of retarded. You know, it's carrying all these decorative little leaves, and I just piled them in there. You have the moving train. It doesn't really move, but that's okay with me. I mean, I was left over with a lot of random pieces, so I tried to use a lot of them. And of course, I can use a lot more of these pieces to make some of the train cars better, which I'm going to try to do. in the morning. I also made kind of a cargo little thing so it would carry all the presents, which was one of the main things because there's a lot of presents in my layout. Basically, I needed something because there would just be 4 train car wheels laying around. I mean, I believe I have 2 right here, which I'm going to use. I've always needed those for making stuff, but now I have 2 extras. Nothing really different with the coal car. There we go. Tender, whatever you want to call it. I just grabbed the 2 body bases, took them off, and put them on a bigger flatbed, I want to say, and made it a tender itself. It's really easy, nothing really complicated. Move this aside, and this is the kind of interesting part. I made it just like his locomotive, basically. The only difference is that I basically used the same train base for the 2 wheels on the front of the original design. I just took off all the stuff and made it skinnier so then I could place it on a little trailer swivel joint. Doesn't look like much, but it goes around the standard curves, which I'm glad about because I don't use king curves, grand curves, because I haven't gotten in that far because I'm still building up the city. As you see, I'm trying to use a lot of parts, and I made it really funky looking, as you could see. It moves really funky. I wanted something to go there so it's not as boring. And as he pointed out, I think he did at least, it looks kind of like a narrow gauge engine, which I love those engines a lot, and that's why I built this. And I've been meaning to make something that looks a lot better than like a 420. I mean, this is a really big improvement over a tiny little train, but other than that, I want to leave it off there. I will put this back. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope it inspires you as it did me, because this train needed a big improvement, and there it is. Tried to use a lot of the parts, looks kind of funky, but overall, it's what you like. And, whoops, sorry. And if you like it, go for it. I mean, I jumped into this unknowing anything. I used images of his video. I took pictures. I just want to say, don't be afraid to take apart Lego sets. You know, I was really down in there. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. You know, that would ruin it. And I mean, looking from like 5 hours ago to now, this didn't take that long, but it took longer because I had to build the second one. But looking then from now, I'm really glad I did what I did, because if you look at it now, it's an improvement. You know, I'm kind of speechless a little bit, but other than that, I want to leave it off there, and hope you enjoyed it.